I'm here at Tetherow, a luxurious resort and golf course in Central Oregon, which is one of my favorite places to film weddings in the state. As a destination venue, Tetherow is a really ideal location because we're just 7 minutes from downtown Bend and 35 minutes from the Redmond Airport. Let's take a look at this place together and see what it could look like if you got married at this venue. Now here in the main banquet hall, we have over 3,200 square feet of interior space that can be partitioned into 3 separate rooms. So depending on the size of your guest count, maybe a smaller 50-person wedding all the way up to 250 people, you can fit everyone inside. You can have dinner, dancing, and an entire reception in this space right here. Now this is a really fabulous space to have a dinner in. I've seen rows of tables like banquets, I've seen rounds, and what's really nice about Tetherow is that they actually handle all of the catering, the bar service, everything related to dining in-house, which means you're not gonna have to bring in a separate catering company, you're not gonna have to figure out all of these logistics around how you're gonna feed all of your guests. That all just comes right with the venue. Now, as an indoor space, something that I love about the banquet hall is that you have all of this natural light. And that's not even my favorite thing about these windows because they actually open up so that guests can wander in and out from the patio space. Even though we're indoors right now, it doesn't feel like we're cooped up because the walls literally transform into this giant opening where you can see the golf course and the Cascade Mountain range. In the summer months, this is really ideal because guests can wander in and out from this interior space, and in the winter months, it makes it nice to be able to see a lot of natural light and scenery while you're inside in closed doors. Now here in the outdoor terrace is where a majority of the action is going to happen at your wedding reception. This is a really good location to have a dance floor. You could do a cocktail hour out here. You could have your first dances underneath these beautiful cafe string lights, and there are fire pits. There's just all kinds of amenities out here for you and your guests. And something that I love is that in the background you have this sweeping view of the Cascade Mountains and the golf course. The scenery is just so pretty out here. Now we've seen some of the amazing spaces and amenities that Tetherow has for a wedding reception. But when it comes time for your ceremony, well, I've kind of been saving the best for last. Let's take a look at the ceremony lawn below. Now as you're watching back your wedding video, this is the staircase that you will come straight down as you walk down the aisle. This is a really beautiful event lawn, and it's one of my favorite outdoor ceremony spaces in Central Oregon because of this crazy view that you have of the mountain range behind you. There will be rows of chairs up either side, an arbor behind me, and this will serve as the backdrop for your wedding. Now Tetherow has a variety of indoor spaces other than the main banquet room, like this Smith Rock conference room. This is a really nice green room and place for you to kind of hide away from your guests. It's also a really ideal location for your vendors to set up some of their equipment and just to have a little bit more flexibility on the wedding day. Next to the Smith Rock conference room, you also have this lava room. And this is a spot where we see a lot of couples come to sign their wedding license and just to take a minute to kind of hide away from their guests, maybe have a cocktail before the rest of the celebration. Now, just a short trek down the golf course is this really cool walking bridge. And I think that this is a really unique spot to take couples for a nice sunset session. You can get sort of this cool composition on top of the bridge. And then just down the way, there's juniper trees, there's sagebrush, and there's all of this really wild imagery. So if you don't want just distinct golf course photos, then there's all kinds of options and natural scenery just a short ride away from the main venue. If you're thinking about getting married in Central Oregon, then I think that Tetherow is one of the best venues that you could choose. It's super central, it has all of these beautiful modern amenities, and the views are just incredible. You can check out their website below, and while you're at it, see some of the wedding videos that we've actually filmed at this location. A Beautiful Union is a film house for weddings and elopements, and we do weddings all over the West Coast and beyond. See you in the next one.